As St. Martin Medical Center, we are now in December, so it's now been 9 months since COVID-19 arrived at our shores and in our community. This has caused a transformation in care on St. Martin, also in the hospital. The advices you have heard from the minister and the head of collection prevention services is really have to be taken seriously, because in this case, when you arrive at the hospital, it is too late. Prevention in this disease is the cure. So the more we adhere to those advices, the better it will be for St. Martin. With the cooperation of government of St. Martin, the Ministry of Health of the Netherlands, the World Bank, and stakeholders within the Dutch Caribbean hospitals, we have been able to acquire the funds to expand our care capacity. And that is not only material that was needed, that was new for us, but also manpower in acquiring additional professionals from the United States who have been with us now for the past 9 months, of course, taking care of those patients presenting themselves to the hospital. So I want to say a great thank you for all of those stakeholders who have played an important role in the prevention services, the media who have made sure that these messages have continued to be dispersed amongst the public. And to the public, even though sometimes you might say we were in adhering, I think there's a huge majority of the public who have contributed towards preventing the spread. So I urge you to continue doing your best into preventing the spread of the COVID-19. Our great collaboration with the SLS and the HCLS was very important in, of course, identifying those individuals to prevent additional spreading was important, and also for us to install the medical treatments that was necessary. We have seen the medical care around COVID transformed to ventilator being the norm to a progressive change in addressing these patients. Also, we've learned a lot around this. By, of course, the help of the World Bank and additional funds, we have expanded our hospital care capacity with 16 beds. We have from 6 intensive care beds and 10 medium care beds. So we do have an additional care capacity, but it's not enough if whole St. Martin presents itself at once. So our capacity is expanded, yes, but it's not to that extent that we can accommodate everyone. So prevention is the solution in this. So I said, summarizing, we have come a long way. We are doing reasonable as a community, but we have to continue being vigilant. I thank all our stakeholders for assisting us, and we continue to cooperate with everyone in order to continue to fight against COVID-19. So from St. Martin Medical Center, I want to thank all the staff and all the persons working here for standing with us in this fight against COVID-19. I wish everyone a healthy holiday season, a Merry Christmas, and a Happy New Year.
I think that your words were spot on, Minister. You said, please forego the traditional mass gatherings over the holiday. And then Mrs. Lisa de Wever said, we're at a tipping point. And I think it is safe to say that you could drive through Maho or Simpson Bay and observe numbers of institutions and areas of nightlife that are simply not adhering to the simple wearing of a mask. You even see it in some of the large supermarkets. People come in with the mask on, and then 2 minutes later, the mask is at their chin. So it really is down to a very hard decision and a very hard question at this point is, how are we going to enforce this? It's a matter of life and death, and we certainly economically can't afford to shut the country down, to shut the island down. But if we don't do something to enforce the wearing of masks, we need to make an example somewhere. And if we don't do something to enforce wearing masks, the conversation that we're going to be having 2 weeks after Christmas, as Mrs. Lisa de Wever will agree, will not be a pleasant one. How do we do this? How do we get people to wear their masks?
Thank you, Dr. Mr. Sokrin. That is one of the dilemma that not only St. Martin, but worldwide, and many countries are encountering within our system, democratic system, because many things that people should think that it's easy to execute actually is infringement with rights that the people are. As you may or may not know, anyhow, it's good for the general public to know, there are certain things that is well protected, and that is the freedom of life, environment, your body, so your body, and anything that makes that in any particular way deprive you from total freedom becomes an issue. Yes, we have looked, and I have looked from in the beginning, starting March, all the possibilities what you is. It is not the thing to just do something for doing something sake, because if we put on paper you are not allowed to go such and such place without a mask on, and then one person take you to court and ask the court how the jurisprudence look, you are very much into the private space of a human person. How do you say that? Privacy. That is a challenge. What we are doing, and that's what we are doing collectively, the ministry and all the professionals, time and time again, making aware the people aware of the health situation. This is not a joke. It is not only beneficial for yourself, but it's also beneficial for your family members, your friends, and your community. I have never, or I refrain of saying it, but some of the death that regretfully we had to encounter were of people that didn't adhere to the protocols, brought it home, and somebody with conditions or of elderly age passed away. I mean, sorry about it. I didn't want to say it. We are in the period of festivities. We go into Christmas and then New Year. But I think people should realize the danger that is going around. It is not just a flu. It is not just an influenza. We have experience with that. We have vaccines over the last couple of decades. We have dealt with them. The vaccines every year being adapted because influenza adapt. Now we got a virus that is not new per se, but the mutation that we had to deal with, the corona SARS-2, was something that we didn't anticipate on. And look how it develops now. Right now, it already mutated that it becomes more infectious and not per se deadlier or even worse, but it's continued. So you have to protect yourself. That's the best way to go about this thing. I see that Mr. Van der Dijs is also in. I would like to say hi to it. I hope that I was clear on the matter. And yes, the thing is, people have to understand and people have to adhere to that. It's the best remedy. I mean, when you go on the World Wide Web, the internet, the social media, yes, for some it might be the reason to say, yeah, this all is nonsense. Look at the professionals. They all are telling you the same thing. Wear your mask. Keep your social distancing, sanitize. That's the best way to deal with this pandemic. Thank you.
Today I'm going to be quite brief. I just would like to wish the people of St. Martin happy holidays, a safe and Merry Christmas. Enjoy. I know this has been a trying year, as was mentioned by the speakers before me. Nevertheless, we are here now. We are grateful and we should be hopeful. use this time to reflect on a year, because about this time last year, we started to hear about this COVID-19, and we had no idea what was in store for us. And for me, it has been tough as a government. I urge my colleagues to stay focused. Also, my former colleagues on the other side of the Phillipsburg, which is in the House of Parliament, we are now governing in some real different times, I would say, and we have to stay focused and realize that whatever we do ultimately will be written down in the history books, and we have to do what we have to do for our people and the sustainability of our country. I would also like to thank the staff within the Ministry of ROMI. It has also been a challenging year within the ministry as well, from the understaffing and all those different points. Nevertheless, they remain motivated, and I really appreciate that. And with that being said, I would like to round off here.
Management and staff of Phillipsburg Auto Accessories wishes you and yours the very best for 2021.
GEBE has been faithfully serving the communities of St. Martin, powering your home and our economy. Come rain or shine, our qualified team of professionals are working hard 24 hours a day to provide you and your family with safe, reliable electricity and water. We use the latest technologies and test our products daily to maintain the highest international standards. Our friendly staff is always there to assist you, whether in person, over the phone, or online. We are committed to constantly improving our products and services, making them more efficient, effective, and environmentally friendly to serve you better today and our next generation of clients tomorrow. GEBE, powering a brighter future.
Our friend Megawati is here with tips to save you energy. 1. Turn your airco temperature up. 2. Use a ceiling fan instead. 3. Buy energy-saving products. Save some green with NVGEBE.
Reiterate what was said last week in terms of practicing COVID-19 health measures. And prior to going on to that, I would like to say that January 1st is usually a public holiday. An announcement will be going out after this press briefing, informing businesses that are normally required to close on January 1st that they will be allowed to be open. In terms of businesses, reminding the public and the businesses to ensure that we are practicing safe measures throughout our time. I would just like to say that our cases, even though they have decreased from last week's press briefing, we are still above 100. Ideally, it would be none, but we have to continue to practice safe measures. And that message goes out to residents, visitors, business community. What I will reiterate is that the ministerial regulation is still in effect. The ministerial regulation says that we will continue mask usage in the businesses, have regular hand washing and sanitizing. Businesses should ensure that persons are socially distanced, and for us all to practice proper cough etiquette. In terms of the operational plan for the businesses, what I would like to remind the public is that businesses were required to ensure social distancing inside and outside their establishments, ensure that their staff wear masks, ensure that sick employees do not report to work, and they call CPS should they be exhibiting any symptoms, ensure that facilities are practicing frequent hand washing and hand sanitization stations, and that we are also maintaining proper crowd control, as well as minimizing the number of persons so that they are not crowded in these areas. Again, we will continue to do controls between the inspectors across various ministries, including CAPASM. And before I leave, I would just like to tell the public, everyone watching and listening, to have a happy holiday. And like mentioned before, it has been a trying year. It has been a very difficult year, but everyone's work and effort and patience is appreciated. And we will get over this, and 2021 will be a better year. Happy holidays. Thank you.
I'd like to remind our residents, visitors, event organizers, business owners to heed the health protocols as stipulated by our Minister of TIAT and the Ministry of Justice for your own safety, for the safety of your employees, and especially your clients. Lack of adherence will lead to fines and business closures. And I don't think you would want this in the highest part of the season where you are poised to make the most money. We as government would also want to avoid having to close any businesses and levy heavy fines. But if you leave us no choice in the interest of protection of our people, this is what we will have to do. We have been here before. I heard my Minister of Romy and the Deputy Prime Minister talking about a year ago when this COVID-19 first started getting international notice. And we would have never expected that we would reach to the point where we had to shut down our economy, moving completely to stop it, especially seeing as we had such limited health facilities to deal with it. Even though we've grown somewhat in our ability to deal with it, it remains a threat, especially to CPS, who are on the front lines over a year now, dealing with this pandemic for this country. I want to thank them at this moment for all that you're doing and for the advices you continue to give to government. Based on CPS's advice, people of St. Martin, if the numbers do not remain controlled, they will continue to ask for government to take stricter measures. We know what stricter measures will lead to, and we would like to avoid that. So again, through this medium, I'm asking the people of St. Martin to maintain your own safety at all costs. Always wear a mask. Always, when you see large gatherings, avoid these, even report these to the authorities so that they can be dealt with. Any events or event managers that receive permits must adhere to the COVID-19 regulations as have been stipulated and printed. We do not want to let our guards down and thereby allow this pandemic to take over our society. The virus moves when people move and when they don't move smartly. So practice good hygiene, get healthy, exercise regularly, get enough rest, and maintain a proper mental emotional health for yourself and your loved ones. And if you have to be out, continue to maintain a proper social distance, maintain in your small groupings, your own bubble within your families, and celebrate safely, celebrate with safety in mind. I believe that St. Martin is a place where everyone can reach their maximum potential, can achieve everything that they can conceive of in their own minds, as long as we continue to empower ourselves and each and every citizen. Those of us that have, share. That is the St. Martin way. Those of us that can help build another person. It is better to teach a man to fish than to give him a fish. So teach them, help them. And I thank the Ministry of Finance for assisting us in providing all those free education opportunities for the people of St. Martin. We have, as a Council of Ministers, pledged to continue to do so as much as possible, because St. Martin is a place that we want you to feel successful in, because when our citizens are successful, the country can be successful. On behalf of the Council of Ministers, the government of St. Martin hereby extends a warm, safe, blessed, and Merry Christmas to all our residents and visitors, as well as all St. Martiners abroad and the wider diaspora, all those within the world. May the magic of Christmas, peace, hope, and joy fill each and every corner of your heart and home. And know that despite whatever challenges we face today, that we will stand strong and come out of these challenges even stronger than before. I thank each and every one of you for your attention.
I want to close off my day today to you all with a positive message, a message of hope, a message of kindness. While many of us have difficulties putting Christmas gifts under the tree and buying new clothes for our kids, please understand that the celebration of Christmas is the birth of Christ. It's not the birth of gifts. It's not the birth of new clothes. It's not the birth of a big ham on your table or a big turkey. Those are all trimmings that we have created over the season. But the real season of Christmas is the season of joy, the season of kindness, and the season of love to mankind. Love your family. Show kindness to your neighbors and your friends. And if you have extras, or if you can afford to eat a half a chicken leg instead of a whole chicken leg, then give that other half to somebody that doesn't have anything. And if you can afford to buy a gift for the neighbors who can't afford one, to put it under their tree so they too can celebrate the joy as they were accustomed to, then do so. Because kindness doesn't cost you anything. A gift might cost you something, but if you didn't use it to buy them a gift, you would have used it to most probably buy yourself something pretty, and maybe you didn't even need it. So you know what? Give when you can. Give as much as you can. I want to truly wish all of you a wonderful Christmas season. I hope that God puts his arms around all of us and protects us in these difficult times of the corona crisis. So from my family to your family, I want to wish you a most wonderful Christmas. Stay safe. Don't drink too much. Don't drink and drive. Don't eat too much. Your health should be your concern. From Bancamper and his family, peace, one love. Take care.
Management and staff of Phillipsburg Auto Accessories wishes you and yours the very best for 2021.
The innovative Banco Matico contactless smart card. Your Banco Matico smart card is now equipped with a contactless feature for payments, so get ready to tap and go. Contactless payments are fast, easy, secure, and accepted worldwide at all Maestro-enabled contactless terminals. Tap for transactions equivalent to or less than 100 NAF, or the US dollar equivalent. You will receive notifications via email anytime you tap. Tap, tap, and pay fast. Fast with WIB. For more information, visit our website at wib-bank.net. Tap and go with your partner in progress.